When installing a new light fixture, you need to make sure that the light is off. Okay, and it's the same circuit as this fixture right here. And I knew that because I tested it. So you remove the old light and carefully remove the 3 wires. And set yourself up with a bright light so you can see what you're doing. I get these generic or commercial electric 2-packs, 65 bucks. It's a decent price. Not a sponsor, but I got them all over my house. I like night turned to day. They're lucky number 13. Come with all the necessary hardware and wire nuts, and looky there, man. You can really brighten things up with a little switch from 3,000 to 5,000 K. You know, and they don't use much electricity either. So you got to put this brace on first by taking it off of there. We'll do that. Well, I'm a one-handed show, but you remove these 2 little screws here that hold it into the box, and I'll have to do that off screen. You probably need the 2 little screws, you know. Remove the little screw from the brackets so you can get it off of there. Keep track of your screws. Then you're going to mount this bracket right there where you saved your little bolts for screws, whatever you want to call them. You know, they're not screws because they're not pointed. The only issue I've found with them is a lot of times the little bolt that you have isn't long enough because of the width of the bracket. I sure wish they would include 2 new bolts for each bracket that were longer, because they just don't reach if you have any gap at all. So I went to my $1 million bucket of bolts. Man, you should watch. I wish I must be a millionaire. Yes, I must be a millionaire. Make sure that is snug. Don't overdo it. What I really like about these is that they will hook on there while you wire them, so you're not trying to hold up a light and wire them. Oh, that was cool. Really like these new certified plug-in quick snaps. They're actually, you know, more efficient than the wire nut, I heard, and they are approved. See, they include screws or bolts, but they're not long enough. You can hook the ground to this one here, or I ground it to the box outside by hooking the ground to ground. And black on black and white on white. If you're using the wire net, you know, multi-strand to hardwire, just you have to pre-twist them. You got to make sure that hard copper twists around that if you're using a wire net. Whereas with this, you just plug it in. And it's the best use I've found for them. See, with this, they lock in there and make sure that you get a good connection between multi-strand and solid. You know, you really got to pre-twist the other ones, and if it just wraps around it, it'll slide off the hard wire, and it costs you trouble in the long run. It's worth it. I'd recommend them. Product tester, not a sponsor. If you're gonna twist, it takes 2 devices, one to hold the base and one to twist the wires, and code does require pre-twisting with wire nuts. And it's really hard with stranded wire but I'll use it on the ground. Be sure to get the right wire nuts too, because they are color coded for 2-strand, 3-strand, 4-strand, with wire, blah, blah, blah. You try and tuck them up into that box, and they require certain size boxes for certain amount of wire. But neatly stuff them all in there, get them all up so the light can fold up. I also like that these lights have a little void there so that you can just flip that up and the rest of the wire will hide in that spot. Put your little screw back. Doing cool that you can change the light thing if you might have forgot after you got it all wired up. We're gonna go bright, bright, bright. Because them ladies like to do laundry in the light. Women will like them. And all that's left is the beauty ring. But there's a little arrow here. And a little arrow there. And you line them up and then turn it and it snugs right up. Nice. Then you just check her out. You don't have to be too afraid or your breaker outside will blow. Ooh. Well lit laundry room. My wife will love it. She already smiled at me. She wondered what I was doing, and then she smiled. Well, and I got me some fine art in my laundry room, a male in his youth when he's confused. When he's got it figured out, standing proud. Death. And the spirit rising. Yeah, them girls like being pampered at 6 in the morning.